Just monkeys singing songs, mate. Don't think too hard about it. Oh, bingo.
Every time I still laugh at that. G'day, you cheeky dogs. Thank you guys for joining us on our live stream podcast today for the Beyond Bluey podcast. I am Aussie Gal Margie, and I am joined, of course, today by my co-host, Kenny, aka Pugly.
And we're very excited to be talking about this episode of Bluey. And we honestly chose this because there was that huge announcement where we finally got the date announced for the new Bluey movie coming in 2027. And what was the exact date? I forget.
It's August, so we've got like
August.
at the time
Oh.
it was like August 6th, so it's like 800 and something more sleeps. It's a long time, but at least we have a date now. We know it's going to be like the end in America, end of summer movie, so like just before school starts. Which I was a bit surprised about. I thought they might have put it like more in like the middle of the summer holidays or the start, so like there's a lot of like rewatchability. But I mean, they obviously have a lot of faith in the movie doing very well to put it as a summer release. So yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. So, of course, we're going to be doing a special Beyond Bluey podcast right here about the episode movies. And I'm actually kind of interested in seeing if there's going to be any parallels in the actual Bluey movie to what was shown here, because they were really talking about like, oh man, children movies, oh, there's their songs and stuff like that. But would you be comfortable if there was songs in the actual Bluey movie? I'm not so sure.
I feel like there will be. There'll be at least two songs. Also, Connor, yeah, I would love to visit Brisbane, obviously, for when the movie comes out, for sure. But yeah, I feel like music is such a huge part of Bluey. And like even in this episode, movies, like they did music for Bluey and music for the movie within Bluey as well. Like it was like two things that they were animating, basically. I absolutely feel like they would probably put in at least two vocal songs. Because the episode Rain, when they released the vocal version of that did really well on Spotify. So I feel like they'll
beautiful.
Yeah, for sure they'll have two vocal ones. And then same thing with Megan Washington with her song In the Sign, like that did really well, even though that was like her own song.
I know, that makes me, just thinking about it, I got chills thinking about that song. Oh, it's so good.
I definitely feel like they would put at least two vocal songs in there, and then obviously a bunch of other music, which would be amazing because Jeff Bush does such an incredible job. Yeah, so definitely for sure. Oh, someone just noticed the big squishmallow. Yeah, look how huge it is.
So cool.
It was like on sale at Big W here in Australia. My other huge Bluey that I have from Target in America is still in America in a box. And I was just like, oh no, I miss having like a big Bluey in my background. And then I saw this, I was like, yes, this is amazing. Side tangent there. Appreciate it, guys. But yeah, so obviously, yeah, we're doing the movies episode. There is like a big, yes, it was on sale. Sorry guys, on the side there. You can see down the bottom of that screen here, like what kind of theme we want to talk about as we switch through each theme. So the first one is teaching kids that it's okay not to conform and to be yourself, especially as we had mentioned from like a very, very early age.
I think I am different. I'm the only one of my friends who doesn't watch movies. I wish I wasn't different.
And that is always very, very hard because it's funny. It's actually something that I discussed with Mrs. Pugly just last night. And I feel like it's very normal. And it totally shouldn't be, but it's very normal for kids almost to feel like uncomfortable in their own skin as they grow up, especially around puberty or even like 6 years old, stuff like that, like Bluey is here. And it's just so interesting that it's like, it seems like a message that is like, oh yeah, just be yourself. That's so easy. But it is a message that needs to be pushed to so many individuals, because kids these days, and even in the past, even me when I was young, you just don't feel comfortable in your own skin. You just feel like, oh, I wish I could be a different person. Why am I different? And it's funny. Everyone, I'd say, experiences that at least one point in their life,
Oh, absolutely. Like I, without a doubt, feel that like we all at some point want to be like part of the group or want to be the same as our friends and don't want to feel different because we feel like that's not something that we should be, even though like it's completely and utterly normal. Like it'd be weird if we were all the exact same.
Right.
But it starts at such an early age. And I think a lot of people always think of like, when you're a teenager wanting to conform and sort of thinking about it more at that age group. But it really does start when you're young, and that pressure to like wear the same colors, like girls wear
Yeah.
pink, boys wear blue, like that kind of thing. Like it starts
Yes.
off with like girls like Barbies, boys like trucks, like that conformity starts really, really young without us realizing, I think. And it
Yeah, it is really weird as a society that we this I feel like we're getting so political, but I won't like spill too much because I wanted to be on light topics, but it is weird as a society that we do feel the need to try to be in these own little circles as opposed to creating our own. Like even when I was young and I had a friend group, I was look at other friends groups and I'd be like, oh man, why am I different and I'm not with those friend groups? It's so weird how we have a pack mentality. Even we are in a pack, we don't feel comfortable in that pack, even though we should. And usually you do as you grow up, but I don't know. It's just normal to feel like you should be different, which is it's terrible. It's terrible.
No, absolutely agree.
I can't do it. I'm not ready. Huh?
Because there's no one else quite like you.
I feel like that's such a good thing as well. It's like there is no one else quite like you. Like Joe Brum really tried to make a point with the script here of like encouraging kids that how you feel is also the same as how other kids feel too. Like obviously how Bluey and the monkey, what's the monkey's name in this?
Oh my god,
this
is
Chunky Chimp.
Chunky Chimp. Yeah.
Not Chutney.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Always get confused between those two of those.
It's crazy.
But yeah, so I feel like he did a really good point of showing that like people being scared of conforming or being scared of being different is also the same as other people too. Like we all have these feelings and it's completely normal to feel that way. And then like I don't know, he really, really hit home with some of the lines in
This summer, prepare to be out of your comfort zone.
I love that sign because
it's like
it's like a foreshadowing almost on the topic of the episode. I love that.
Yeah, and like the whole like just be yourself, like that's and even that song like that's catchy. Like I'm starting to sing it now, like da, 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 like very much so.
And you know what I think it's so funny is that all the other episodes of Bluey, they don't really like push it in your face, the messages. Like they kind of like do it more subtly, and then like it's like, the kids figure it out on their own and stuff like that. And it encourages the audience to figure out the message. But for the movie, for movies, the episode movies, they like push it like quite literally, like, hey, kids shows do this, and we're making fun of them, and we're a kids show ourselves. But for a topic like this, it feels like there isn't a way to really go about that vaguely. I feel like they really leaned into that, making fun of how other children's show convey their messages in a way that allows the message that needs to be taught in a great way without, being, I'd argue boring. Like other. Yes, thank you. As boring as other children's shows.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Why can't you just be like the rest of us? Why do you have to be so different? I don't know.
Oh, I love that.
I think, like you said, like they did a really good way of showing it to not be boring and like showing Bluey connecting with that character in the movie and like finding her own journey through it. And I think, again, it's like them showing that like kids do connect with media that they watch. They connect with TV, they connect with movies. And that is another way of them. You can't be what you can't see kind of situation. Like if you don't see a character going through the same feelings as you, you don't realize that like it's not just you. Like this is something that other people go through as well and think about. It's so layered how well I think he did this of like trying to encourage kids that like being yourself is fine. And from an early age, like you can be different. That's not going to change anything. It's not going to make people like hate you or feel different about you. It's just you being you. Absolutely loved it. And then obviously like the ending as well.
You can find the magic pine cone, Chunky. You just have to be yourself.
Am I just being yourself?
Bluey just been like, like having her own existential crisis
oh my
in
God.
Like, the bathroom.
It's so funny. And I love throughout the episode, like Bandit's like constantly just being like, oh yeah, just be yourself. Like don't take it too seriously though. And Bingo, don't do that. And it's like Bandit is really going through it. And it's so funny.
And like I think it's really good because it's showing as well that like being yourself is different at different ages. Because obviously Bingo is being herself, but
Yeah.
she's being a 4-year-old in a movie theater. Like that is a hard time to be. And he's the whole time telling her, like, no, sit down, like, don't be yourself, like, go do this. Whilst also trying to tell Bluey, like, you're fine, you be yourself as well. Like, it's a great, like, contradiction of like what Bandit is trying to show as well. Like, trying to tell the message to one daughter whilst telling the other daughter not to do that message as well.
Yeah,
which is like
an interesting dichotomy, you know?
Yeah. I think that brings a good point for the next topic about like how Bingo is acting and how Bandit could have like done that differently as well. Let us know in the comment section, what did you guys think about Bingo in this episode? I know you have that compilation clip.
Absolutely.
I feel like this,
It should be pulling up soon here.
Bluey check. Hello, finished.
Bingo, you gotta flash. Come on.
But I want to explore.
Bingo. Sorry. Bingo.
It's just that laugh, man. That laugh at the end.
It's
The
so cute.
It's so good. Oh my gosh. I love it though. Like even in the comment sections here, everyone's like, "Yeah, super cheeky. She's just really funny, really silly." I forgot that they had that same scene with her and the Chunky Chimp at the same time, saying like, "I just want to explore." Again, a good way of showing that like doesn't matter what the character is on screen. Different kids can relate to that character in different ways as well.
Absolutely. And it really is incredible that they are able to have both Bingo and Bluey relate to the main character in the movie, because like I think discussions usually focus on Bluey and Chutney. Yeah. Chutney?
Yeah.
Chutney Chimp?
Chunky.
Chunky.
I know, we're already going through it again. The Chunky and Chutney debate.
Chunky Chimp, paralleling each other, but it Bingo does as well. Like every single kid has their own journey, as you said. And I don't know how other people feel about it, but in my notes,
the comment section's very much been like, man, like what is it? Bingo's crazy in this episode. Someone else had, this is a good example to show kids what not to do. That it needs sets firm boundaries.
So all over the place. And I personally, what I wrote on this topic is Bingo is being a menace, and like she's like, it's so hard. Like I haven't had this like particular experience personally with bringing a kid to the movies. In the future, I'm hopefully going to be able to do that, but I don't really know how to go about like telling a kid, hey, you shouldn't do what you're doing. But at the end of the day, the episode's kind of trying to tell you like, hey, gonna be yourself. You should be yourself. And this is like a movie for a very young audience, it appears to be. So I feel like a movie theater is going to have at least one child like that. If you go to any type of movie that's family friendly, you're going to see some disturbances sometimes. But Bingo does do it to a bit of an extreme, and I think it was laid out in an extreme to make the episode fun for viewing. I feel like in a real life scenario, if Bandit was a real father, I feel like he probably would have set boundaries quicker. That's why.
Yeah, I think I know, yeah. Obviously, like as a parent who I've taken my kids to the movie theaters a lot, and like I think the first time I took them, the first movie we went to see I think I took my son to one by himself. I took my son to go and see the Spider-Man. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And that was when he was like 4.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe when he must have been a bit younger than that, maybe. Because he's always really loved movies. But the first time I took him and my daughter, so like the full like Bingo Bluey situation, my daughter was definitely, she would have been 2.5 and he was 4.5, and we went to see My Neighbor Totoro.
Beautiful.
But it was like, and the entire movie, we had watched it already like so many times at home. They quoted the whole movie the whole time.
That's so sweet.
And this wasn't like, this is it's an old movie now. It was made in the 80s in Japan. But because like it was like Anime Fest and it was a big thing where we were, the whole theater was packed. Like it was completely packed with people like of all ages who obviously loved this movie. And my kids dead center in the middle row, just like quoting every single line. Like my 2.5-year-old daughter just talking along with the movie the entire way. And I was just like, shh. But like we were lucky the scenario was like everyone was so into it. The people around us were
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, that's so cute!" Like, and
Yeah.
like everyone's singing. Like
Aw.
they weren't like getting up and running around at least, and they were just like kind of quietly talking along. But at the end, like we had people coming up and being like, "That was amazing that like your kids could quote the whole
Oh,
thing."
oh, I
So,
love
like,
that.
it was really cute. But I think it's because like their way of interrupting the movie wasn't in like a very bad way, and it's also like a movie that everyone had already obviously seen multiple times. I think it's a different scenario when it's like, you know, a brand new movie in a movie theater that isn't packed completely. But again, then that's like one of those situations that as a parent, like you pick the time for your kids. Like you're not going late at night, obviously. Like you pick in like the morning show or the afternoon show. If it's
Right.
specifically for like a kid movie as
Yeah.
well, you kind of like you have to have that awareness of like, can my kids sit through this, basically? And like my kids are great with movies. I know they can. They're good. Like even my little muffin, I know she can sit through a movie. It's fine. But my other friend who's got kids the same age, she knows her kids can't. And so she just like refused. She
Right.
tried once with them and then they were like a menace, like bingo. And she's like, never again. She's like, we left halfway through. So it's that situation where like she took her kids out halfway through because she knew they were being too much.
Of course, yeah.
And I think it's one of the things, like as a parent, like you kind of have to make that decision of like, can they make it through this movie? And going at like a time that you know is kid friendly, and that there are other kids and parents in the cinema who totally understand what's happening. And I think that's what they tried to
Absolutely.
reflect in movies, is the fact that like whilst Bingo is running around, there's lots of other parents and kids.
Yeah.
That very end scene where you see everyone like clapping because
Yeah, they're like,
got Bingo.
"Yay!"
Like, yeah. Like it's one of those like solidarity moments. I think of parents being like, I've been there, mate. Like, good on you for getting her in the end. Like you caught her. And then Bandit did try to leave. Like he did try to take them out of the theater.
Yeah, they did. You're right. You know, that's something I never hear people mention. Like whenever I feel like Reddit, excuse anybody that goes on Reddit. I go on Reddit, so this is an insult to myself, but I feel like Reddit is almost like a cesspool of negativity. And if you hear discussions on Bluey, like, oh, what are some bad parenting moments? People always mention like Tina or movies and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't think movies is a bad parenting example, because Bandit, like you said, literally was going to remove them from the situation. He did stay because like Bluey was able to, I guess, conquer her fear in a way. And Bingo was, although she was still like kicking the seat at the end, she was only kicking her own seat, and like she wasn't running around anymore. So I think it's really nice that Bandit. Oh my gosh, thank you for the donation. That's incredible.
I know, Sadcore's amazing. He does bring up a good point. Where was Chili in this episode? Working. Bandit had both girls. I feel like this is a key. Like normally you won't send one parent to the movies by themselves if you know one of your kids is a menace at the movies. Like you just wouldn't do that to them. So either Bandit had just never taken Bingo to the movies and thought it should be cool.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Chili,
because Bingo's really calm usually. Like
so I feel like he wouldn't have done this if he had known. And obviously Bluey doesn't go to the movies that often because she's scared of them. So I feel like Bandit was just like, yeah, let's, like, Chili's probably working. He had the girls, needed something to do. And he's like, yeah, let's just go to the movies.
Yeah.
I feel like it was that situation because like he wasn't prepared for what was going to happen to both. Like trying to deal with both kids at the same time, like Bluey freaking out, having her own existential crisis about being herself and being different. And Bingo just being like, I'm done. Like, this is a black room and like all this new stuff that I can play with. And him being like, ah, and like the popcorn and not knowing how much the tickets cost. Like, I feel like that was a key part of Bandit, just like, oh, I didn't know what I was like,
right, yeah,
kind of thing. Like,
and
it just,
and this, yeah, and like Bluey's all about showing like realistic aspects of parenting or like childhood, and this was just another showcase of how things sometimes go awry in parenting or just like, you know, helping children. So yeah, you just got to expect the unexpected sometimes and just roll with the punches, which is what Bandit does.
Yeah, I feel like that does segue into the next part of like Bluey's behavior this time and how kids experience movie theaters and things in like in a new way.
Absolutely.
Tell me when the trailers are over.
Bluey.
Careful.
Oh, it's finished.
Experience pure sound.
So
that's
funny.
like, yeah. So I feel like, yeah, again, like that's a really good way of showing that, like, yeah, the kids, like Bandit didn't know how they were going to react. This is obviously pretty much the first movie they've gone to. Not a smart parenting move by Bandit to go solo on this like new experience for them both. I feel like, yeah, definitely. Oh, sorry. Yay, thank you for the adult jokes video. I just put out a video like 6 hours ago about like some of the funny adult jokes in Bluey. Like 33 of them.
Yeah.
That was one of the funny ones. But yeah, I feel like this very much proves that like Bandit had never done this before. He didn't know what he was doing. He was just trying his best and like dealing with what he could. But I know a lot of people though thought that Bluey had like this could be like a link to maybe Bluey having autism or having like sensory issues and things like that because of how much he reacts to like the sounds for it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so I actually have like almost like a whole video dedicated related to like how it's possible that they're hinting at, you know, Bluey or even Bingo having some type of neurodivergence in like some multiple different episodes, and this is a big huge factor into it. Movie theaters in general are extremely high sensory environments, and what's difficult with people on the spectrum is that sometimes you can handle high sensory and sometimes you can't. So some people handle a lot of sensory and that's what they thrive on, and some people require lesser sensory. And for Bluey, there was so much coming at her. There was visual simulation, like on the movie screen, the bee popping up and she's like hiding, the sound with the surround sound. Like there's no environment that a kid has with a big loud surround sound besides a movie, and usually a movie is the first time they experience something that bombastic, I guess. So it's very normal for any type of kid, even not on the spectrum, to be a little wow, this is very different and spooky for me. But Bluey does handle it very, you know, it's harsh for her at first, but eventually she really gets into it at the end, and that's a really, really beautiful. And I do think that it is a great link. Of course, we could talk about other episodes and what that could possibly mean for Bluey, since she like wears headphones when she's really stressed out in the episode The Sign, and like, you know, your headphones provide a safe sensory experience usually with people on the spectrum. So like there's a lot of cool different examples, but I suppose it's still up in the air. So what do you think, I guess?
Yeah, I feel like they always try to code. I don't know. I feel like
It's hard,
my
yeah.
personal opinion is like I feel like all of us have some level of ADHD and autism in us. Like we're all
Probably.
just like on various wavelengths of different parts of the spectrum and things like that. And I think the more we talk about it, the more we realize it's totally normal that we all have these different variations and different little things. And yeah, I think like, and some people just have way more than others and have bigger reactions to things like sound and stuff like that, and they just need more calm time. Whereas like I've got ADHD, I've got the inattentive type, and like I'll like zone out for little bits. But then I had a friend who like she was like off with the fairies. Like she would like 30 minutes just be like blank face, and you'd come in and like be like, "Hey, what you doing?" She'd be like, "Oh, nothing. I was watching this." And then she'd be like, "Oh my god, it's been 30 minutes." I'm like, "What were you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know." Like she had like bad inattentive ADHD. Like she was gone for 30 minutes. So that's what I mean. Like I feel like they try in the show with both Bluey and Bingo and all the other characters as well to just like show these little nuances of it. Like we all have these different reactions to things, and it's normal and it's perfectly fine. And it's just like accepting that like we cannot all be the same. Like that's just so physically impossible for us all to react the same, to think the same, to be the same. It would, again, it would not, we would have no creativity at all if we were all like that. Like we have to all be ourselves in order for like the world to continue on, basically. But like really trying to push that like non-conformity is okay, because conformity is unrealistic at the end of the day.
And as you were and as you were saying with like how different people react differently to certain stimuli, it's interesting that the movies really kind of made Bluey, which is usually a very outgoing and like, you know, spontaneous girl, to be more of like, oh, I'm gonna hide in my shell this time. And with Bingo, although she's also very energetic and happy, something about that stimuli made her just extremely energetic. So it's true, something about these two different environments really you know, causes different people to react and behave differently. What do we got up here? What's she showing? Oh, that's weird. So I think she might have disconnected. This interface that you're seeing on screen, assuming that you're looking at the screen, is what we see and how we operate our podcast. So that's interesting for you tech nerds. Once she's actually back, that should be fixed. Okay, so that disappeared.
I'm here.
Oh, we got 2 Aussie Girl Margies today.
What is happening?
Okay, here we go. That's new.
Can you see me? Like,
No, I can't see you.
All right, let's try.
That's new.
There we go.
Okay.
Here I am.
What happened?
I don't know. It just like all like spazzed out on me, and then it's like send a crash report. I was like, "Where's my screen?"
Yeah, people are saying into the Margie verse. Yeah.
No, I was just using Firefox, and I was trying to add in the video of like them at the end, and it was like, no, we're just gonna crash everything.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting red. This is so funny. Oh my god.
Just fully. I mean, it wouldn't be a live stream with me if there wasn't some sort of technical difficulty with it. I thought we were doing so well as well. I'm like, we were figured out like what's happening with like my glitching. I'm like, I think we got it. We're good. No, just Firefox now deciding. Funny. Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
I'm gonna get you to add in the end part. I'm not gonna do it. I refuse.
Okay,
anymore.
No worries. So you just want the part where like it's
where
like
Bluey finally catches Bingo, and everyone like cheers, and then Bandit tells them
Okay. I don't have that, but I can share my screen and we can like look at it together. Hold on.
Let's do that. That's what I was trying to do before it decided to like throw me into the. Yeah, where is it? Margie versus the machine. Yeah. You're well aware that I should not touch this. Let's put this
No, you're good. I don't know if this will play the audio, but here's the visual of it. Is it playing audio?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but that's fine. But yeah, so this is like what I want to show is like, all the
They're
parents.
like, hooray.
Yeah. And then Bandit is trying to like get the kids out. Bluey has finally come to terms with like, oh, this is what a movie's like.
Mm-hmm.
She's feeling cool about it now. I think that's the thing as well. It's like some people like.
And then they're all, thriving at the end, even with Bingo doing her own thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to step over your lines there.
No, you're good. It's just, like they never really get the chance to work through those feelings and be able to like, parents might have been like, okay, this is too much for you. We'll just leave now and leave at the start. And like, we'll try again in 2 years' time. But this is a good example of like, okay, sometimes if like, you can have the patience with your kids, even if they're being absolute menaces, to like just slowly work through it. You can get there by the end, sort of situation. And I feel like obviously if that cinema was full, Bandit would have been like, "We're out, let's go." But there's like 4 other people there; they were fine. So it was just like one of those issues. Oh no! Apparently, I crashed out again. Someone who's like first timers not knowing that I crashed out in my
Yeah, there was like a part where your like voice cut out, which is like when I started like stepping over your lines to continue it, but everything's fine after that.
That's all good. We're good. Someone's like, this is the most unrealistic movie audience I've ever seen because they didn't care that Bingo was running around. It's very true. The only time I've seen this is like there are these specific summer movies where you pay you pay $1 to go see like these old Disney movies, but it's like a school summer program kind of thing. So like the only people going to that is like kids. So it's like expected that it's like just mayhem. But you're paying $1 to see a movie. Like, you know what you're expecting there. Like this isn't like a brand new Into the Spider-Verse movie, K-pop Demon Hunters, even like a Marvel movie where you'd be pretty pissed off if there was a kid running the whole time and be like, no. Yeah, I'm
absolutely.
loving some of the comments here. Like the number you dialed has been disconnected. Please try again. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Oh goodness.
But I guess the last thing I kind of want to talk about, like, is the movie live action or is it a cartoon in a cartoon? What do you think?
Okay.
Let us know in the comment section as well what you guys think in the comment section.
So I honestly think that this particular instance of cartoon is actually live action because we actually have other examples of cartoons that I'll pull up on screen here that is shown in the Blueyverse, like Cat Squad. And Cat Squad has a more rudimentary, design where they don't have the pupils like the Bluey characters. Their outlining is different. And just in general, their body doesn't really, shape or have like you see the blue cat here. She has like one finger, but all the other cats have like no hands almost. But But if we were to, like actually look at let me see if I can't share my screen again. If we were to actually look at the episode movies, we can see that the characters literally just look like Bluey characters, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So I think in this particular instance it's live action, or at the very least it's costumes with real people in them.
Oh, yeah. I did like a massive theory video about this ages ago, and it didn't do well, which made me really sad because I was so proud of it. I was like, it's always like the videos you really love that you're like, oh, why is this not doing well? And then just like the random one will like do fantastically. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but this was one of my favorite ones though, because like it creates so many.
Oh no, she cut out. I wish I knew how to finish her thought there, because normally I like trail on with what she said, but I'm sure she'll be back in just a few moments. I'm actually interested to hear what this theory that she's mentioning, because I don't believe I heard of this theory that she's mentioning that she created. Oh, she's back. There we go.
I'm back. Well, so much that we were doing so well. We got to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's very much like this idea that like, yeah, I know at one point Joe Brum was toying with the idea of having other countries be other animals. So like at one point he was thinking of another country being all cats. But then he like diced on that idea because we know obviously Honey and them, they come from the UK. So obviously there's dogs in the UK. But then it's just like, okay, so then where do these monkeys come from? Cybercore, thank you so much. I think it's a cartoon, like the Bluey equivalent of the Lion King and Tarzan. I do like that. Yeah. It does give very Lion King Tarzan vibes as well. Like it is a nice little like rip on that, I think too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, where is it? The fourth wall break from puppets, maybe foreshadowing a live action animation sequence in the film at some point. Could you imagine?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like a live action unicorns.
Oh my god. Actually no, that would be kind of cute. I would be down for that. Yeah, because a puppet, it's so easy to make a live action puppet because like puppets exist. Like it's no like technical CGI.
Yeah. I think that's the thing is like this just opened up such a big can of worms of like just what is the evolution like in Bluey? Are there any like, because we know there are other this is the issue, there are other animals, like we see birds all the time, and we know there's pets, like a cat can be a pet because of like at the vet, so it's just like, is it are monkeys, did they just try and make them what they'd look like in real life? Like there's so many it's like a Disney live action movie at this point. Like it just opens up such a huge can of worms of like, what could it all be?
Absolutely, yeah. I guess it could really just be amazing CGI for them, but golly, like it's so one-to-one that I don't know how to. It either have to be real animals or some type of costume, and I don't know. Costumes are really fantastic. Makeup and costume in real life is pretty fantastic. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. It was. Was it Planet of the Apes style?
Yes.
That's what I'm assuming. It's just a Planet of the Apes movie, but like level 1 for Bluey. That's what we've got. But yeah, I think overall, like, I know I really loved this episode. I thought it was just like fantastic. And just again, like it really pushed home that idea of like being yourself is perfectly fine.
You know. Before we move on to Q&As, I know that there isn't like any real Easter eggs in this episode, I'd say, but I did compile the lawn dog and another Easter egg with Cornelius here.
Yes, the Cornelius one. Yes.
Okay. So I'll do the Cornelius one since we are excited about that. So I should be pulling it up here. So right in the corner, all the way to the right, I should have zoomed in, but you can see Cornelius, like in like a noir movie, and it begs you to think like, is this just someone that looks identical to Cornelius, or is Cornelius a movie actor?
So from memory, one of the animators actually commented about this on Twitter. I'm almost positive about this because I remember I looked it up at one stage and they're like, no, it's not Cornelius. It's just a dog who looks like him. But then you do obviously see Cornelius though in the movies with his sausage sizzle as like the joke. But one of the other movie posters is Princess Peach.
What?
It's Mario. Yeah. When they're at the counter, when Bandit's paying for, hang on, I'll show you. I think we've got like a video where they're paying for it at the counter? No. Do you got it?
I believe I have it, assuming this is the one you're thinking of. Hold on. Tell me if this is the one that you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's meant to be Princess Peach. That's meant to be
No way.
Yeah, so that's like a little like Mario reference in there, which I think is really cool.
Well, you taught me
love
something new there.
I love some of the people here. They're like Cornelius with his secret double life. I was like, yeah, I'm like, because I remember at first I saw that I was like, maybe that's why like they had a divorce. Like being an actor was just too much. It was too hard.
Yeah.
So that would be. I always thought that was really funny because at first I was just like, I would love for him to have been an actor. That would have been great.
That would have been really neat. But the only other Easter egg besides the one you just taught us about Princess Peach is the long dog one here, and it's like one of those movie clickers. I forget what you call those.
I'm literally like looking in like this way. Oh, I see. Yeah. That's so smart.
Isn't that cool?
I've only just started doing like my breakdowns for season 2, like 5 years later. I've done all of season 3 and all of season 1. And I'm like just slowly working through season 2 now. That's a really good one. That is a really, really good one.
All right, cool. I'll let us do the Q&A. Sorry for the interruption.
No, you're good. All right, so guys, we'll do like another 5 minutes. So we'll hit like the 40-minute mark. So if you have any questions, throw them up in the chat. We'll throw them up on the screen, and we'll try and like answer as many of them as we can. I have seen Elin Life. You've been asking this for a while, so we'll answer this question for us both. What new characters would you want to see from like the Healer family, or what characters do we want to see again? I want to see more of Pom Pom. I want to see Pom Pom's family and Snickers' family because they have done the designs for both their dads now. So I want to see their families. And then new characters. I mean, Brandy's baby. Like,
yay! Yes, I'm so happy you said that.
Baby.
Yeah. I want to see. I don't know how well this would go off. I know that Brandy is already pregnant, but I would love to see Radley and Frisky have a child. Like, oh my gosh, that'd be so sweet. Or even just seeing what their houses.
Yeah,
what?
I'd love to see them adopting like a
oh my gosh
boy. Like I would love that storyline. I think that would be really good.
That would be great.
Yeah, a big expansion of the family I think would be like there's so many options they can go with obviously. But yeah. And same with the movie. Like we could see this in the movie. We could see this in season 4 if it ever happens.
Oh my god, yeah.
Just waiting. Like I'm just at the point where I'm just like, I know they're not on season 4 because I've seen some of the animators. Some of the animators are in Japan doing their own things at the moment, and like they are still employed by Ludo Studios because they do stuff with like the books and that. So like they're not working on season 4 yet, at least not animation wise.
Which is crazy.
And then I didn't realize Costa Casal, the lead art director, he works on Has Been Hotel. Have you watched it? Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched it.
He designed the hotel in Has Been Hotel. He just posted about it on his Instagram stories the other day, and I was just like, I like screenshotted it straight away. I'm like, well, there's my next video once season 2 comes out. They're like, yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's really cool. A nice little like Bluey Has Been Hotel crossover. So cool, so cool. But yeah, I think I just want to say thank you so much, Plush King. Thank you for coming along. But yeah, if you guys have got any other questions, feel free to ask them in the chat here.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Do you think the Bluey movie will have a villain in it, or the Healer family overcoming some adversity together?
I feel like every time we talk about the Bluey movie, I always mention Rugrats Lost in Paris or whatever it's called. And I don't believe they have like a central villain besides like their misadventures. Or like you said, Sankor, we have overcoming some adversity together. I would prefer that. I don't think Bluey is a show that really would thrive with a villain. I'm sure they would do it well.
I mean, Grouchy Granny is like the closest.
Oh my god, I guess so. Yeah, but it's like I don't know. I feel like the camaraderie with like family and stuff like that, and like the whole message with Bluey doesn't serve for a long-term villain unless the villain was introduced later into the movie. Like overarching like theme that was introduced early in the movie and then was coalesced with a villain later on, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I've always been iffy with the villain thing.
I feel like it would just have to be someone like along the same veins of like Grouchy Granny. Like there has to be someone that like you don't like but is really funny. So like if they were doing like, let's say like a big road trip on a bus or something, like the bus driver would have to be, that's usually who that character is. Like the bus driver is usually like that grumpy comedic character kind of thing. So I feel like that's as far as they would get as a villain. So I was trying to think, I'm like, did the Rugrats movie have a villain in it?
I don't believe so.
Rugrats
Like
went to
I
Paris?
can't.
I don't think they did. Oh no, they did. They did because there was someone trying to. Let us know in the chats. I'm positive there was an actual villain in Rugrats in Paris. It was like this evil lady who turns out she's not so evil.
Right,
I'm
but like
positive.
that's like the example that I was kind of talking about where they kind of introduce the villain like later on that isn't necessarily like that like fits with the theme of the movie, but like I think like the villain that you're talking about is introduced later into the movie, and I feel positive about that only because I don't remember her.
Yeah.
Like...
I'm gonna have to rewatch Rugrats honestly at this point.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I feel like that's where we're at with that. I've got a good question here though as well from Alexandra. Whose parents would you like to see? Parents we've seen before and parents that have yet to make an appearance.
Pretzel's parents. I want to see that on screen.
Yeah, I feel like at this point as well, even if it's just them walking in the background holding Pretzel's hand and like they both have like a bow in their hair or a hat or like I don't know something.
Yeah, to like solidify it.
Yeah, I feel like that's where we're at with that at this point, and like I have no doubt whatsoever that the animators would put that in because they're all pro LGBT at Ludo Studios. I feel like especially like with all like the anti-controversy that came out with that, a lot of them would be like, put this in, like draw it in the background if we have to. I feel like we would see it like for sure.
And I know that if that were to happen, you'd see journalists be like, Bluey has finally jumped the shark. And it's like, no, come on, guys.
It's like, do some like journalistic like investigation or some sort of integrity to find out that like they had someone literally like was going through the transitioning while they were doing season 3 and was working on Bluey, and they had like a big party for them and everything. Like, man, it's not like I can find this out, and I'm not a journalist. I'm just like I'm a YouTuber who just can put it in the effort to like actually like find out. It makes me so I feel like Pretzel's moms would probably be like the most like that would be like the big one really. Seeing other parents obviously would be fun. I want to see Trixie's parents. Trixie's parents. I want Trixie's family. I want to see what's going on with the other cousins that Muffins mentioned once before. Like, who are these random dogs we've never seen? I want to see Trixie's family. Like, I want to know what's going on about that.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. I figured maybe one last question. Does anyone know what the movie is going to be about? What do you think?
I don't think so. Oh my gosh. I'm the worst at this question. I feel like we get asked this like consecutively every single live stream, honestly. I feel like the movie might be like a road trip to like maybe not. I guess you can't do a road trip to another country. I'm thinking to American. Like
you have like a boat, like a what is it? The bus that turns into a boat and you go over to New Zealand kind of situation.
Right. I don't know. Like I feel like having a new environment would be kind of neat for a movie, but Bluey is so Australian centric that I feel like that's even not that great of an idea. Like I really have no great examples of what the movie could even be about. But I guess
I think the road trip is the most likely one. Like it makes the most sense. And I think it would be one of those ones where like I really do think it'll be them going around Australia because again it's showcasing Australia and like all the different parts of Australia and what it could look like. Doing like school trips is very common as well, especially down to Canberra, so you could do the whole like East Coast road trip. I feel like I think that makes visually the most sense. Like they can't do a movie based in the neighborhood, like it's not going to work. That's what the show is already as it is. Like same as like Rugrats had to go to Paris to have a movie. Like that is the only way it was going to make sense. So I do feel like it's got to be like a locale based one. They're moving around. At most, if it wasn't going to be Australia, it would be them going to London. Like that would be the only other one I think. I could imagine that Disney would push, be like, "Come to America."
Yeah,
and I already know Joe Brown would be like, "No."
Yeah, it's like you guys got the Statue of Liberty. Enough.
Like, we can be happy with that. And like obviously, I do 1000% think Disney was the one that pushed them to make it 3G. 3G, 3D, 3D. CGI. We can just say 3G anyway. It's fine. But I feel like Disney were probably the ones that pushed that realistically, which makes me sad. I'm really sad that it's not in the 2D form. I don't think it needed to be 3D CGI.
I'm like, I know like we have a lot of great examples of recent 3D movies that capture the essence of 2D really well, like Into the Spider-Verse. The what was it, Puppy Cop? Pup Cop? Cop. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the half cop, half pup
Oh,
puppy.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember the
Christopher.
name.
Also,
Yeah.
Christopher, thank you for that. But yeah, no, I know
Dog
what you're
Man.
talking about.
Dog Man. Puppy Cop.
Okay.
Oh my
Thanks,
god.
guys. Dog Man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have great examples in the industry where 3D can look good from a 2D I guess
Yeah.
basis. Or even just making 3D look 2D. So I guess we'll have to see, but golly, like I
Yeah.
just love the visuals. They just really perfected it in the episodes themselves. I think Bluey, all the artists involved do an amazing job.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to see them go ham with that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Because even in that one short we got with the it was like kind of like a investigation short, like the minisode that we got recently. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking
Brownie
about with the bear? The bear.
Yeah. Brownie Bear, yeah.
They like really amped up the lighting and made it seem like, oh, this is what a movie
Very,
potentially
yeah.
be. Yeah, and
Yeah.
nah, we're not getting that.
No.
So
I do like this idea though. So 80s, 86 said flashback to like 1998.
I would love
or
that.
99. If they did like I assume they're gonna do like a flashback or flash forward. That's a very like Bluey thing.
Mhm.
But I feel like if they did the flashback, if they showed that in the 2D animation, like this typical style of the show, I could be cool with that. Like they have like this whole 3G thing, but if they do like a flashback for like Chili or Bandit from when they were kids, but showed it as like the typical Bluey style, that could be cool. Because then at least it's a way of them still paying homage to the fact that they're meant to be like a 2D kind of show.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. There was one other comment ages back as well, actually, that someone had said about oh, hang on, wait, what's this comment? Sorry. Yeah, Disney does not choose. It's okay. Joe Brum isn't like giving Bluey to Disney.
Okay.
Ludo Studios is still controlling it. Disney's just giving them a shit ton of money.
Okay,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
It's just
appreciate
like
you
this.
saying that because I
Yeah.
saw that comment and I wanted totally to been like, actually,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
you did it in a lot more polite way than
Yeah.
I would have. I feel like
We're all good. Yeah, Disney's just like throwing the money at them and be like,
Yeah.
can you do this?
they don't own Bluey.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
yeah. We're all good. We're all good. But yeah, we are maybe getting new minisodes. Maybe. Like where
Ooh.
ABC put out a post on Instagram saying like for the Wackadoo weekend, which is like the first weekend of October, there's like I'd already talked about on a video like the new like streaming series, like the Bluey Cook-alongs, Bluey Puppets, Bluey Crafts, and that. So they're gonna have that on there, and then they're gonna have like the sign in Bluey's Big Play, which they already have on there. But then they're like, and new minisodes. And I commented, I'm like, new minisodes? I was like ones that aren't already on ABC iView. And they're like, yeah. But they don't have Muffin Unboxing and Three Pigs on ABC iView, so I don't know if they're referring to those two.
I hope not.
Actual. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping not. So
That's
just
the
in
date
case,
for the movie,
guys.
by the way.
Yeah. Just in case, there may be new minisodes on that October weekend. I'm keeping an eye on the TV guide, waiting for it to update. So I think it's at like the last week of September now. So like by next week, the TV guide will be out. I'll be able to scroll through it and be like, is there anything I don't know that's on this? And then, yeah, we'll obviously let you guys know if there are new minisodes. There's meant to be the Halloween one.
Oh my god. I don't understand why they haven't used any of their Halloween assets. They've like created new costumes for like at least like Bingo. Like Bingo has like at least like 4 different Halloween costumes.
She
Like
She's got so many.
It's like they are actively making assets for Halloween and they just don't use them.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Like they're just using them for merch. I'm like, come on, guys. Like,
Yeah,
you can do the episode
you're better than
or
that.
At least a mini-sode. I feel maybe they'll do a mini-sode. Maybe that will be the Halloween. Because we know it's meant to
I
do with
wouldn't
the
mind.
Time Warp, like the Rocky Horror Picture Show
Mhm.
and Time Warp. There's meant to be like stuff with that. So I mean, like we'll see. Like we've all been waiting for a Halloween episode for so long now.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. But and yeah, the leaked document said that there was going to be a Halloween special. So we'll keep you guys updated. We'll let you know what happens. I'll keep an eye on that TV guide. So by next week, we should know. And then, yeah, we assumed that they would have, like, they had a trailer before for the minisodes. I think it was maybe 2 weeks before they aired, right?
Yeah, it was around that time. They came like every other announcement with Bluey, they tell us so late into like them actually coming out. They'll be like, "Hey, something's getting coming out. Be excited." And by the way, it's coming out in like a week.
It's like
it's like
next
crazy.
week, guys. And then
It's
everyone,
crazy.
it comes out and everyone's like, we didn't know about this. I'm like, yeah, because their marketing's awful. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
guys
don't
really
know.
got to get on this better.
Yeah.
But and then
Crazy.
for the movie, they're like, here's the release date for 2 years from now. Someone before asked, like, when will we get a trailer? Trailers usually, the first teaser trailer usually comes out 1 year beforehand, and then you get 6 months beforehand, and then the 3 month beforehand, depending on how many trailers they want to do. So we've got a while until we find out anything, really, unless something gets leaked, which, we're always waiting for.
Yeah.
So Queen Child says Halloween isn't that popular, but it is. It's like where I'm in a small town in Australia, and Halloween's very popular here. This is in Queensland too. So I think it's just, I don't know, it's a rhetoric thing. So we'll find out. And again, Bluey's huge in America now. Like, Disney paying that money. They want to see some results. And BBC is also there behind them, be like, create the merch for it. Let's sell more toys. That's what they want to do. Alexandra, that's so sweet of you. If it were up to you, what would you like the minisodes to be about? What would you like a minisode to be about?
I mean, like, honestly, as long as we see some, like, well, obviously we already said, like, the Halloween stuff, but I would love to see the minisodes be opportunities to see a little bit more glimpses into the life of other families, like we had with Honey. And even briefly, wow, we got another donation. Incredible. Even briefly, we had Chucky, I believe, in Whirlpool. So, like, like, they can include side characters in these minisodes. So I would love at least every batch of minisodes to have at least one dedicated to another family. Like the one with Honey was brilliant. I want to see more of that. Love it.
And that was like without any talking, but we still got so much information from it. I agree. I want to see more of the side characters have their own special little things. Like Brownie Bear obviously was amazing. Like that was something so fun, obviously, that they did and they loved. I really liked that too. But yeah, the Honey one was fantastic. I want to see, I'm trying to think of like Buddy. We don't know anything about Buddy.
Literally nothing.
Like, give me a Buddy minisode. That's what I would love. Sadbukor, thank you so much again. What was the first movie you ever saw in cinema? Mine was Up.
Oh my God. What a question.
My earliest memory is Snow White, to be honest.
Really?
And it must have been like one of those times where, like, they like re-released the movies in the cinemas. But that's like one of my earliest memories is seeing Snow White in the movies and being like obsessed with it. So that must have been like one of my first ones that I like really remember seeing.
That is such a great question for the topic that we're currently doing. That's like so relatable for the episode. But I don't know. Like I'm like racking my brain the entire time she was talking. My brain was like, I have to remember something. Was it the Pokemon movie? No, it wasn't the Pokemon movie. And I can't even.
Pokemon was good, yeah.
My gosh, what? I mean, like one of my favorite things, one of my earliest memories in the movie theater was seeing Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D. That one was a core memory. I love that. I could quote that movie in so many different ways. I love that movie. It's so corny and so great.
That movie did not do very well in Australia. Like, it was not a big thing at all. But like my husband says the same thing. Like, it's a core memory for him too. And I'm just like, what is this movie? I'm like, what are you talking about? But for us,
I
like,
quote it at least like once a week. Our
big movies are always like the day after Christmas. So Boxing Day is like the big movie day.
Cool.
So I always remember going to that. But yeah, like it was always like the Disney movies. I'm trying to remember. I remember seeing Star Wars when I was a kid and like not knowing anything about Star Wars. It was like those new ones that had come out. What was it, episode 1, 2, 3? And I was just like, oh, this is all right. Like, this is a bit weird though. I don't really know what's going on. Like, I remember that. I remember that memory. And then I remember Harry Potter. I remember when the first Harry Potter movie came out. Like, that's a cool memory as well. I remember when that came out. But Snow White's the one that I really remember because then I just came home and watched it like every weekend. Like, made my mom get me the VHS tape for it, the videotape for it. And then I just watch it every Saturday morning eating pancakes. That was like, and then that became a cool memory.
That's so cool, yeah.
And then I remember being so confused when I got older because I was like, Snow White came out in like 1930s. I'm like, no, it didn't. It came out in like the 90s. I watched it. I was so confused. I didn't understand about like re-releases.
You know what I just imagined when you said that you ate pancakes while watching Snow White is like you like watching that like terrifying scene with the trees, like watching her have her like epic like the crazy psycho thing, and you're just like,
Yeah.
and
Having a good time.
it's amazing.
That's
Yes,
like,
queen.
I don't know, like I hate horror movies and scary films and that, but for some reason that movie I was just like, yeah, no, we're good. Like I know what's gonna happen. Like this girl gonna get tossed off a cliff at the end. We're fine. Like just singing along hi ho, seeing my like jam and cream little pikelets like in Bluey, like in the handstand episode.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, every weekend. It was so funny. Speaking of which, though, I really do need to go eat breakfast. I'm starving.
No, you're good. Yep, it's
9
morning
yeah.
time for her, so. And
Yeah.
it's dinner time for me. I'm like an hour late to dinner, but you know, it was worth it because this was such a fun stream. I really appreciate everyone coming and just hanging out with us. It was really fun to just like chat. And it was a very
Yeah.
casual, fun stream today.
Yeah, but yeah, like we said, like we'll keep you guys updated on what's happening with those minisodes and Halloween if something happens. And obviously, yeah, we'll be doing another podcast for another episode for next month. And just keeping on with that. As for videos coming out, I dropped one just earlier today about the adult jokes in Bluey, and I have an Owl House video coming out. So if you guys like Owl House, I hope you like this video. I'm trying to add in more content slowly whilst we're waiting for Bluey stuff. So yeah. How about you, Pugly? What else have you got coming out?
I still have that Caillou video that I promised like months ago that I'm still working on. There's been a lot of crazy stuff happening in my life, but I won't get too much into it. But the only other thing is that I want to kind of rank season 1 because season 1's my favorite. Season 1 episodes worst to best and see if that's fun. Maybe I'll do it every season or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I did that as well. I really enjoyed it. Like I did like I didn't do the ranking. I did like the tier list for it.
Yeah.
It took forever to make, but it was a lot of fun. So I recommend it. It's a good way to like re-going through the episodes. But yeah. All right, Cheeky Dogs. We will catch you all later. And again, thank you so much for your questions and joining in and everything. And we really, really appreciate you guys. Mwah! Love yous all.
Bye.
Bye.
I can't do it. I'm not ready.
Because there's no one else quite like you.